Hey, this is Dr. Paul. Just wanted to let you know that this is the single best time right now to find and hire good employees. Now, let me go into that just a little bit. Now, the reason I say that is, bad employees you can always find. Right now is the single best time in my lifetime to find good employees. Now, here's why. Most employees will not leave their position. And even now, first of all, most employees will not leave unless there's a lot of discomfort, a lot of friction in their position, or they're going somewhere where that's significantly better. People don't move lateral very much at all. So, and they don't typically leave, even when things are a little bad. They won't leave because of that security issue. But here's why it's so. Here's why the market for good employees is so good right now. All of these people that have been let go because of the coronavirus, either furloughed or let go because of the coronavirus, you have a massive, in other words, all of the good employees that were still hanging on that maybe didn't want to go because of the security of their job, that's not there anymore. So you have a huge market of good potential employees. This is why. So now's the time. If you're looking for good employees, now's the time to look. Now, let me go into the basics a little bit. Number one is, anytime you hire employees, the first source is always you want to go through your circle of influence. So first you want to look at your patients. Do any of your patients, look like they're good? Because you should start to get to know them. Same with your staff, referrals from present staff members. So that's the first place that I'll always go. And then from there, we like to go to what we call, I call steal employees. That's when we go to different businesses. But see, even when you go to the different business to what I call steal employees, you can't steal them if they're not disgruntled. They'll stay because that security issue is huge. Anyway, the third category is advertising. So in a normal market, advertising is the worst way to get employees. But in this market, it's going to be a much, much better way to get a market, like with Indeed, things like that. So it's going to be much better way to get a market because they're all looking now. All these people that have been furloughed and laid off, they're going to these sources. So advertising for an employee is a good employee is way better now than it's ever been because of that. Now, remember, when we look for employees, remember some of the basics is, there's only a few factors that we really pay attention to. And number one is attitude. And remember, we want full-time employees because that's what builds your business. Your employees build your business, not the brick and mortar. So, unbelievably important to know how to pick good employees, how to evaluate good employees, how to train, how to keep them. Unbelievable. You won't be able to grow a business very much without stability of employees and good employees. So, number one is attitude. Number two is responsibility. Remember, we make sure they're either responsible in their past occupations, either training or leading people, or money. And so that's what we want to look for. We're also going to look for longevity. Make sure they're not jumping around, okay? Because if they jump around, they'll jump around on you. And then the next one is personality. And hopefully you know by now how important personality is relative to each role. Whether it's the front desk person or the marketing assistant person. You hire the wrong personality, it's just not going to work no matter what. It's, you hire, but we cover all this in great detail. So just a quick reminder. And then all we'll do is put them through 3 interviews. So remember, the first interview, the only goal of the first interview is to filter them out. That's it. To see who can make it to the second interview. That's the only goal of the first interview. And of course, we go into detail with all this in videos of how all this goes into detail. And then the second interview is the people that you filtered out, okay? And then you start getting into the details of their history and their resume and all that kind of stuff. And then remember, we don't give details, exact details of the benefits up until we're getting ready to make the offer, okay? And then, so by the time you did the second interview, you should pretty much know who you're going to target. And of course, that's when we'll do the online personality. And so here we go. And then when we do go to make them the offer, remember what we'll do is we'll go through all the responsibilities, and then we'll go into the benefits. And what you do with the benefits is you list the benefits. Pay, the common benefits are pay, health care, time off, retirement account, bonuses. Those are like the top 5 benefits. And then what you do, so you never say specifically what you're doing. You always just list the benefits, and then you always just say above average, and then you get all these benefits, okay? So, and then essentially what we'll do when we go to the third, so now we have an idea. In the second interview, I'll ask them what range they're looking for in each of those benefits. And then I'll ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that benefit to you? Now that becomes very important, those 2 things. So let's say I have these 5 benefits. I know their range now, and I know the importance of them. Now I can tailor my offer for the employee that I want to go after. So then I'll tailor my offer based on what is important to them and their range, you see? So that's how that works. But, and then that's the offer. That's how you would make the offer. But that's how you filter them through, and that's how you get the ones you want. And then when you do make the offer, that's how you make sure it works, as opposed to just being generic. Now, when you advertise for your employees, and indeed, all you just want to do is just put full-time chiropractic assistant, so say full-time chiropractic assistant, above average benefits, and then list the benefits. Above average pay, above average time off, health care, bonuses, okay? So you just put above average and list all 5 of the benefits. Full-time chiropractic assistant, above average, all of these categories, location, okay? And then if you're doing advertising, you're not going to want them to call in. You want them to just send the resume in, and then you're just going to filter. A lot of times, to be honest with you, I mean, I might glance at the resume, but then I just do a group meeting. The first meeting is always a group meeting because you don't want to waste your time. So we'll do a group meeting, and again, I cover the details of this separately. I just wanted to make a quick video that this is a really good time to look for and get high quality employees because of what's going on. And then we'll do a group interview, filter them out. We'll just cover the basics of chiropractic, a rough outline of the job, ask them some individual questions about what they know about chiropractic, etc. And the only thing I'm looking to do is to filter them out. That's it. That brings them to the second interview. The second interview is one-on-one. So these are people that you're looking to probably hire, and now you're going into the details of all this. You get all the details. Never say what you're going to pay or benefits. Just always say it's above average. That's all. Don't be specific. Don't say it's $15 an hour. But don't do that. Say it's above average. And then you always get their information first, because that way now you know what's important and what the range is, so you can make it work. Okay? But this is a great time to, if you're looking for an employee, this is a great time right now. Put the ad in Indeed, have the resume sent in, call them up, do a group interview. Just look for the people that you want to get rid of. That's it. Bring the other ones back. Do an interview with them after you've went through their resume a little bit, looking at those 4 characteristics. Remember, the only other thing we want in addition to that is that they fill out the pre-employment information. Can they do basic multiplication, subtraction, addition, and do they have basic computer skills? That's it. Remember, we don't want or care about experience. Everything can be trained in a chiropractic office very quickly and easy, and it's easier to train somebody new than it is to retrain somebody, which is a mistake chiropractors always make. They think it's better to get somebody who's worked for somebody else. Usually that's a problem. Now that won't stop me from hiring somebody, but if that's the only 2 options I had, I want the person who's never worked for a chiropractor. As a matter of fact, if they've never been to a chiropractor. See, because I can train all my systems in fresh right there. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to cut this for you. This is a great time, and things are picking back up. The businesses are starting to open, and so these people are getting interviews right now. So if you're looking for an employee, get that advertisement out there, take them through the system. This is absolutely the best time to pick up a good employee. Remember, you can always pick up bad employees, all right? Hope that helps you out.